Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the History Vault, our magic connection to the past. I'm Skylar Yore, and I have got the honor to speak with some of the greatest people in history. Today, our guest is a man who reshaped the course of history. Genghis Khan, the founder of the Mongol Empire, a man of unparalleled vision, strategic genius, and relentless ambition.
You seek the truth of my empire? Speak boldly, for I value strength in all forms.
Thank you, Genghis Khan, for joining me for this interview. It is an honor to speak with one of history's most influential leaders.
I have led my people through vast lands and great battles, and today I welcome the chance to share my story.
To begin, you were born as Temujin. Can you tell us about the challenges of your early life?
Indeed, my early life was harsh. After my father was poisoned by a rival tribe, my family was left without protection. We struggled to survive on the open steppe, facing hunger and enemies on all sides. I learned early that resilience is my greatest weapon.
You famously unified the Mongol tribes. How did you achieve what others before you could not?
It took discipline and loyalty. I treated my warriors as equals, rewarded loyalty, and practiced strict discipline. I believe that unity in purpose and loyalty to a leader can conquer any division.
As your empire expanded, what strategies did you use to overcome much larger, fortified cities?
Adaptability was key. We Mongols were masters of mobility, and we learned siege tactics from captured engineers. We used psychological warfare, often spreading fear before even attacking. Once cities heard of our approach, many surrendered before a single arrow was drawn.
You once said, "The greatest happiness is to scatter your enemy and drive him before you." What did you mean by that?
Victory over one's enemies brings peace to one's people. Every tribe that sought to challenge us was an obstacle to that peace. I took no joy in war itself, but in the order it eventually brought to the steppe.
Some people might say that the destruction your armies caused was merciless. How would you respond to that?
I understand this view, but war is brutal, and mercy must often be set aside for victory. I sought to create a world where people could travel and trade in peace. To achieve that, I needed to make clear that defiance would not be tolerated.
You established one of the earliest systems of international trade across Asia and Europe. Can you explain your vision for the Silk Road?
Trade brought knowledge, and knowledge brought strength. I protected merchants and encouraged safe passage for traders. This brought wealth to my empire and allowed different cultures to learn from one another.
You valued loyalty deeply. What measures did you take to ensure loyalty within your ranks?
Loyalty was life to me. My soldiers were my brothers, and I made no distinction between rich or poor. Merit was rewarded, and betrayal was unforgivable. I trusted those who had proven their loyalty in battle and rewarded them generously.
As your empire grew, you also faced rebellion and betrayal. How did you deal with these challenges?
Harshly. Rebellion was a direct threat to the unity we fought so hard to build. Those who rebelled paid with their lives. To maintain order, fear was sometimes necessary. But I also showed mercy when it served the greater unity.
What is one regret you have from your life as a conqueror?
Regret is a luxury I rarely indulged, but I think often of my people's suffering. My ambition demanded great sacrifice, and I know many families were torn apart. If peace could have been achieved without bloodshed, I would have chosen it.
Genghis Khan, as your empire grew, you encountered the Khwarezmian Empire. It is said that the Khwarezmian Shah's refusal to cooperate with you led to a fierce campaign. What motivated you to respond as you did?
Yes, the Khwarezmian Shah's betrayal was a direct affront. I sent envoys with the intention of establishing trade, seeking a peaceful exchange between our lands. But they were killed, a gesture of dishonor. Such treachery demanded justice. I launched a campaign not only for retribution, but also to show the strength and resolve of the Mongol Empire against betrayal. Trust, once broken, requires action to restore balance, and this campaign served as a warning to others.
You also introduced a legal code known as the Yasa. Why did you feel it was necessary to create a unified code for your empire?
Order is the foundation of any empire, especially one as vast as ours. The Yasa provided a structure for justice and a set of guidelines that all, regardless of origin, had to follow. It reinforced loyalty and discipline while uniting the tribes under a shared set of principles. This code wasn't just about punishment, it was about respect and unity across the many cultures within my empire. The Yasa gave people confidence that under my rule there would be fairness and accountability.
Finally, what would you say about your death? History says it was shrouded in mystery. Can you clarify?
My passing was kept secret to maintain stability. My sons and generals knew that enemies would seek to exploit any sign of weakness. I wanted my empire to live on beyond my mortal life, and so I left my end in silence, just as I lived, focused on the future.
Thank you, Genghis Khan, for sharing your life story and your insights with us.
It is good to see my legacy discussed with both respect and truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, for now, the vault closes again, but we will reopen it soon with a new fascinating interview partner from the past. Have a nice time until then.